I could take your man with this right here. Wake up and make your man some cinnamon toast crunch bagels before I do. Cooking with Daz, cooking with Daz, cooking with Daz. Ooh, babe. I'm trying to show them. Or I take your man, get up and go make him some of these. I took this man, didn't I? Cooking with Daz, cooking with Daz. Babe, you're killing.
Sometimes you gotta step in front of foolishness.
Do you think WNBA players should get paid the same as NBA players?
Absolutely not. They should never be paid the same because people don't watch them as much as the NBA players. It's all about money at the end of the day, and NBA players bring in more money. So you got to pay people what they are worth.
My son, here at Buc-ee's, my son seen someone that he is attracted to, and he goes, hold on, Mom, I'm gonna go get her information. And I was like, boys, whatever. He's like, hold my stuff. I grabbed his stuff. Look at this. He went up to her and her mom.
Most men are so simple. So the way that you treat him will always matter more than what you think you're bringing to the table, whether that be your finances, your education, your cooking or cleaning skills. None of that can compare to treating that man right. So you can lose your man to a woman with no job, no education, no cooking or cleaning skills because she's got listening skills. She knows how to speak to him kindly, softly. She initiates the sex. She shows him he is desired, and she uplifts that man on a daily basis without him asking. You understand? Why wouldn't he choose her?
This is Taylor's Tinder. That's not a very good picture for your first one. That one, I'd probably swipe right and be like, damn, you know, look at the nails. She's ready to scratch.
Oh, okay, don't.
Look at them eyes. No, I gotta get that covered up on my arm. But then, like, that picture, like, that's not flattering.
Oh, I thought it was, like, lower. Oh, okay. Now I see what a guy sees. Oh, that's cute.
No.
Oh, no?
I'm gonna tell you why. Honestly, you look like a fat chick because you're not showing any body, just all face, zoomed in.
I wanted to crop out my friends.
I'm just helping you out. Then you got...
I wanted to crop out my friend.
This one.
Oh, I do look like a fat chick.
Fat chick. Yep.
I'm layered up.
Yeah, you did not... But you want...
Just keep
hold on.
Are you single?
I am, but when I do say single, it's because I'm not married,
So you're seeing someone?
I am.
So then you're not single, you're in a relationship?
I'm definitely in a relationship.
So why would you say you're single?
Because when you sign a job application, there isn't a section that says girlfriend, boyfriend. It's either single, widowed, cohabiting, or just blank. So you sign where it's applicable.
Are you still searching?
Nope. I'm happy with who I'm talking to and with right now.
If your boyfriend was here right now and someone asked you if you're single or dating, and you said you were single, how do you think he will feel?
No, I would say I was dating. That's what I would say. I would say I was dating.
As a married couple, how do you handle the bills in your household?
Right now, it's me making an income in the country, so I'm going to be the one paying for the bills. But when we were back in Panama, because that's where we're coming from, it was him who was making an income, and he was paying for all of the bills at home, and my salary was for us to have savings. So basically, we come to an agreement depending on how we are, you know,
in the present moment.
Exactly.
So how do you feel now as a woman being the breadwinner and taking care of your man?
Just the same. I mean, I will support my husband as much as I can, and we are a team. As long as he makes an income, we're still going to be a team. And, you know, I have a role in the household, which I will still keep, which is fostering him and, you know, trying to make him feel as comfortable as he can be as my husband. And I would be still a respectful wife to him.
And it's temporary too.
And it is also temporary, yes.
But you don't feel like you fall into a mother-son dynamic role where you're taking care of him?
No. Because it's temporary. Also, we make decisions together, so it's not affecting our household at all.
Right. That's really nice. That is really nice. A lot of females today wouldn't do that.
Does anyone else have older men that just like rebukes them? It's so annoying. Like, I'll start looking at him like make it obvious that I like him or think he's very attractive and handsome, and then they're like, okay, you're trouble, rebuke, and I'm like, I am innocent. What are you talking about?
Dude, this is literally why I don't have friends or why I'm so quick to lose friends. because I'm just too real for this world. I take everything I say to the heart. I was working with this girl at one of the streetwear events. It was a 2-day event, and on the first day, which was yesterday, she joked with me the entire day, kind of said some backhanded shit. But I took it because I don't care. I just joke back, whatever. And she even said to me, like, oh, I how you just joke back because some people get offended by what I say. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I can take it as long as you can take it. So whatever, today's the next day. And the guy bought one of the jackets that we were selling. We were told to take a picture with him because, you know, he purchased something. So in the process of us trying to get settled to take this picture with the guy, she's like fixing his shoes. She's all up on the jacket. Like, let me make you look good. Let me do this. Let me do that. So we're like 5 minutes into waiting on them taking a picture, and she's still like adjusting this man. Like, oh, let me fix this. Let me fix that. Oh, wait, let me get this right. And we're just standing there waiting for her to take this picture. I'm like, girl, just suck his. She was like, no, because I'm just irritated now. She didn't talk to me for the rest of the day, y'all. Like, how do you can't, when I joke, you can't take it.
Women will betray the man that they love simply because she fails to realize how good he is. The moment she realizes how good he is when she tries to move on and talk to different guys, but she realizes that he was rare. So what I mean by this is that there are a lot of guys who are out to use women for their bodies. And she's especially going to experience this with guys because she is attracting broken men because she just went through a breakup with another man. If you're wondering why women came back to you, some or most of the time, it's because she tried getting with another guy and it backfired on her. I'll tell you, if you want to know if a woman is truly interested and she truly feels bad, is if she continues trying for you. I'd say for over a year. And if she chooses to change herself for you and she constantly tries to get in contact with you, work with me 101, it'll be in my bio.
I made a video recently saying how my fiance who just moved in asked me to wrap his mother's birthday present, and I said no. The reason I said no is because I don't want to become the default parent, default person in this household. I don't want to be the person who knows how to wrap the gifts better and who has to order the presents because I know what everybody wants.
This has nothing to do with weaponized incompetence. This is something that could be easily a conversation. Okay, I'll do it this year, but just so you know, next year you can go ahead and do it. Or you could just flat out tell him, I don't want this to be my responsibility, my job. I'm happy to do it for you every now and then, but not only that, but he's better at certain things than you are. So are you using weaponized incompetence when you're not willing to change the oil in the car or do basic car maintenance, change out the filters? When you're in a relationship where you both are giving equally, it's going to be different on both sides. Like, your job might be doing the dishes and you're going to be doing the dishes almost all the time. And then he's going to be doing something completely different. Maybe he's in charge of picking up the house or vacuuming, and that's kind of his default. And if you're not okay with that, express that. Don't just say no just because you're worried you're going to become the default. Just explain that to him.
Come here, you pretty little thing.
Okay, hold on 1 second. What do you mean by little thing? This is actually my winter weight.
Just trying to catch you, princess.
You actually think I'm a princess?
Sure.
Which one?
I don't know, Snow White.
Okay, stop. He picked the prettiest one.
What's happening right now? You realize I'm a right?
Yeah, a lady.
I'm trying to chase you.
The chase is over, my friend.
I'm not your damn prince.
My prince.
Okay, do you know how nowadays it's kind of like a thing for a lot of women to be like, man, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, I'm going to be independent, provide for myself, do all this shit. But then on the other hand, you have all these women complaining about all these princess men and how men nowadays are acting like the females. I think we all need to come to Jesus moment and realize that having that kind of mindset, like, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, blah, 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 is putting men in those feminine spots. Not gonna lie, I was super guilty of this. And I think I know the main reason that girls get like this is they usually get super up after a relationship that they thought was gonna be end game. And they gave their all. They were in their feminine. They were doing the cooking, the cleaning, doing everything that you're supposed to do, doing all the right things. And then something tragic happens, a breakup, a divorce, whatever. I was guilty of this after a breakup that I had. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna cook, I'm not gonna clean, blah, 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 blah. But you need to be aware that doing that is going to put any guy that you talk to or any guy that you go out with in his feminine. And you're going to be in your masculine. And that relationship is going to end up 20 times worse
than your last one where you did show up in your feminine. You need to get to a point to where you are so secure with yourself. You're so secure in what you can do with your life when shit is thrown at you that you can still show up in your feminine and not get scared of getting hurt or having the relationship end or having regret. I realized that I was showing up as the masculine, therefore it was putting him in his feminine, and it was such a weird dysfunction. And also, if you have kids with this person and you guys don't get out or switch those roles, you're gonna see it in your kids, and that's just truth. You can get mad at me or hate me all you want for that, but it's just real. But again, like I said, you can be so secure with yourself, okay? It's like the whole saying, when a bird lands on a tree branch, do you think the bird is putting its faith and trust in the tree branch not to break, or do you think it has trust in itself that its wings are going to help it fly if the branch breaks? You can't put up these walls and go into your masculine because you're scared of getting hurt and scared of being like, I did all the right things, I did this and that. You need to get to a place where you can still be in your feminine and thrive in your feminine while trusting yourself that if something did happen, if the relationship comes to an end or anything like that, you are going to be fine because you trust yourself enough financially, or your work ethic is good enough to where you'd figure it out. You know what I mean? You can have the men are the problem mentality all you want. Not all men are bad and not all men are good, and that's just the reality of it. Not all women are good and not all women are bad. But again, you need to trust yourself that if something did happen, you'd figure it out. So don't let that stop you from showing up in the ways that you truly desire. Because to be honest, I guarantee you probably want to show up that way. You just have walls up.
It's not putting men anywhere. You're just finding the bottom of the barrel dudes because you have that attitude. You're attracting what it is that you are. You need to fix yourself and you'll start attracting better people. I mean, that's the easiest answer, but it's the hardest thing to do for a lot of people.
You look like my future boyfriend.
No, I don't. I can't lie to you.
Why?
You're not really my type.
Oh.
Good though. Nah, yeah, you look good. What's your name?
Danny.
Danny, nice to meet you. Suhail. Okay.
Well, you're putting me through hell. So, after that rejection.
Nah, I didn't mean I'm trying to be
That's okay. No, you are being respectful. I mean? I'm just sad, but it's okay.
Nah, yeah, you're good. We'll both move on and probably forget about this interaction.
This was a very polite rejection, and I appreciate it, honestly.
You want my Instagram?
If we don't want each other, that's totally fine. We can part ways here and air kiss each other goodbye and call it a day.
It's all good. You'll be good.
Thank you.
You're pretty enough to find someone.
Thank you. You have a good heart.
Nah, yeah, I appreciate you. You have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Well, at least she took it respectfully.
Here's something I would never do. Call a man broke because he can't buy me something that I can't buy myself. Let's say that again. I would not call a man broke if he could not buy me something that I could not buy myself.
If you are a remotely attractive man and you're not posting on TikTok, you are missing out on so much money, I feel like. Because I feel like the female gaze is such a powerful thing. Because I feel like there's guys famous on TikTok for rolling dough, doing pottery, cutting wood. Probably there's somebody who's famous for liking Legos. And there's no shame in that. Hey, I'm telling you, if you are a remotely attractive man and you're not posting on TikTok and you have a niche hobby, just do it. Because I feel like you're missing out on so much money.
I remember when I had my first child at 18 years old, her father was about 27, 28, and I was still in high school. I got pregnant to this grown man who had a baby on the way already, lied about it, of course. And I was just mad at him because when I had the baby, he didn't help me out at all. True live deadbeat. I used to get on Facebook, social media, and just talk about him, curse him out, call him all types of names, didn't like his family, didn't like his friends, was just mad. I can honestly say that I had to heal. And I had to take accountability because it was my actions that allowed this man to even impregnate me and then make me a single mother at 18. And for the past few years, there has been no contact. I live a great life because I had to take accountability. How can I be mad at him? Sometimes I just sit and think why was I ever mad at him? I should have been mad at myself. And then the people that I would talk to about him, nobody never really sat me down and was like, yo, you made that decision. You brought this upon yourself. And now that I'm older and more wiser, I'm just look at the place that I was at. I was out, I was drinking all the time, I was running away from home, I was just being a bad girl and just acting very low vibrational. And I attracted that low vibration. And then look at the result that it gave me. And now that I'm healed, and now that, you know, I'm trying to do things better, and I'm trying to be a better person, and I'm making better choices, life is good. Life is great. I don't have those problems anymore. So I'm just saying all that to say, you choose your life. You are responsible for everything that's going on in your life, good and bad. Make the right decisions. Hold yourself accountable. Everything that's happening to you is because of a choice that you made in the past.
Look, at the end of the day, I just can't climax unless there are 2 or more men in the bedroom. And anyone who dates me is going to have to understand that and know that I require exclusivity. Like, I can't do insecurity, you know? I need an alpha male that understands my needs. And I don't see that coming in the form of a man who isn't 6'8" and doesn't make $500K a year. I just don't see it. Speaking of which, how tall are you? I'm 5'2". So with heels on, I'm taller than most men. And if my neck isn't at a 90-degree angle when looking at my partner, there's no way I can see him as a dominant figure in my life. Just no way. Also, as a man, can you tell me where things went left when it came to the dating world? Like, I don't know where men suddenly got the idea that their life's work and efforts are even worth a fraction of the value of my presence. Like, where's the chivalry? What happened to it? Also, this is a nice restaurant and you're a good listener. What's your sign again? Because you're giving Achilles right now, and I love it.
The worst thing is when a man you don't like sends a picture of themselves. Thank you for ruining my day. Thank you. Because I don't want to be on my phone for the rest of the day because that picture is haunting me.
So it'd be okay if the man that you liked sent you those? I'm confused.
Listen, I am not trying to say this to sound like a mean girl or like judgmental, because I am so for women doing whatever the they want. But this whole Botox and filler thing is getting out of hand. I just watched this video of this girl explaining all the Botox she gets. And she looks beautiful. She looked beautiful before. She looks beautiful now. And what it does and like what her goal is and stuff. And she wants her mouth upturned a little bit, and her nose and this, and her, you know, face not looking angry. It's like all of these things that we're nitpicking. Like at this point, it's not even dudes putting this standard on us. This is us women who have to have your smile perfectly so, and your jawline just snatched, and your nose perfectly sloped, and all these things. And it's like, we're all going to look the same. Like, this is just getting out of hand. Cancel Botox and filler 2025, please.
One comment said 99% of men will tell you it's not needed. Just be kind, low stress, fun, happy, and go with the flow. You'll get a man's heart, any man's heart.
I just saw a woman share a story about how she told her boyfriend that she has been really struggling financially. She lost her job a couple of months ago. She's been having a hard time finding a new one. And she told him, you know, I'm on the verge of having to sleep in my car. Her man of almost a year curled his lips to tell her there are many successful millionaires whose story started off with them sleeping in their car. Not how can I help you? Not you could live with me in my 3-bedroom home. Not here's a little something. Not any kind of solution, just I'm sure you'll be fine. If a man is truly interested in you, he will try his best to solve your problems. Even if you have to tell the man, you know what? No, you don't have to do all that. And I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to have to decline. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet, but I can't take your money. Even if you have to tell that man no, if he's your man, he should have at least offered. The amount of women in the comment section saying something along the lines of, he didn't have to say yes. He didn't have to say yes. And she doesn't have to stay with the man who's already proven that he'll never be a provider. Because a man who cares about you will never let you struggle when it's in his power to help you. A man that cares about you believes that your problems are his problems. Your victories are his victories. So if he's watching you struggle and he acts like he doesn't care, it's because he doesn't. Marilyn Monroe once said, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. When you get yourself together without his help, never let him come back. He's already proven to you that he's useless. And a man who says he cares about you but doesn't do anything when you're struggling, that's exactly what he is.
Yada, yada, yada. The woman's name is Nia Miami. Let me show you exactly who she's talking about because she has her tagged in her caption. So I'm not going to post a full video in here, but just unemployed room tour. This is the woman that you're talking about. has a problem. Amalfi Coast, all those accessories in the background, in the room, in her bathroom, her shoes, all that type of stuff. But it's not, I'm not done. What does it say, class? Leave that man right where you found him. Oh, but I'm not done. Part 2, I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's. This the woman that you defended? This is the woman that you're standing up for? Maybe it's time for you to retire.
I made what I thought was a new friend at the gym. We've been talking for like the past couple of weeks. We have a lot in common, like anime, stuff like that. So like we'd be having good conversation. The other day he asked me for my number and I told him I wasn't really interested in like a relationship like that. I could see that he wanted something else. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, whatever. So, you know, I just thought that was that. And we were going to be adults because we're literally 30. So I see him at the gym today and I'm like, oh, I started Blue Exorcist. I forgot. He told me to start this anime called Blue Exorcist. Let me go strike up a conversation. So I'm telling him how I feel about it. And he looks up at me and he's like, what are you telling me this for? You're a loser, Harry.
Somebody in the comments said he didn't allow himself to be friend zoned. Good for him. Another person said, I'm proud of him. He's not into being the friend zone. I respect that.
After the breakup, do y'all ever spill the beans and say that you cheated or that you cheated first or as get back? Do y'all ever blurt that out? Or do y'all just, or y'all the type that just like, you know, let them think that it never happened the whole time you a villain?
How come every time I come home there ain't never no dinner? This is stupid house.
4 more times I got the ick recently. Number 1, when this man, full-grown, able-bodied man, rushed his way onto the subway in front of 2 pregnant women so that he could get a seat, and then he made eye contact with both of the women and didn't give up his seat. Number 2, when the man who has been texting me, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? And not having a conversation, when I finally told him that I'm not interested anymore, he started calling me a bunch of times. I'm like, why are you interested now? Why do you suddenly want to have a conversation with me? Number 3, when I was eavesdropping on the couple next to me when I was having a little solo lunch, and she was saying how she wants to cut her hair, and that's been like way too long, and her hair was very long, and her boyfriend was like, I don't want you to cut your hair, you're gonna look too masculine, like you should leave your hair long. And then she just ended up agreeing with him. I was like, oh, you're right. And number 4, when 2 guys separately texted me on New Year's Eve that I went on dates with earlier this year, and they both wanted to know what I was doing for New Year's Eve, and like kind of hinting that I should be spending it with them. And I said that I already had plans. They're like, oh man, so you're not gonna kiss anyone at midnight? And I was like, no, not gonna kiss anyone. And that's also just not how I want to start off 2025. Like we ended things for a reason.
Somebody in the comments said that making eye contact is absolutely diabolical. And it is. These modern women need to know what world they live in and the equality that they ask for. Don't have to be nice to you. I'm trying to get to work just like you, and I can't be late. Dang, is this what y'all wanted?
So I just got off work and I wanted to do a quick story time because what a night. Craziness happened. And it just like, there's a lesson in this. There's a lesson in everything, but this one especially. This group of 3 people came in to sit at the bar. I'm a bartender. And 2 gentlemen, 1 lady. They didn't stay long. They had a few beers, got like a few sides, and we like were cracking jokes. Things were chilling, whatever. Normal interaction, right? Well, they asked to close out and for a box. So I come and I bring like our little manual Ziosk machine, whatever. And I'm like, hey, if you guys would like to split, you can just hit split check. I'm going to go grab your box. I come back. I was like, here's that box for you. And, whatever, they don't really say anything. I go and I help another guest. Well, I noticed that the 2 gentlemen seem to be getting heated with each other, like arguing. And 1 gentleman gets up and leaves. I noticed that they didn't pay their tab yet. So I came over and I was like, maybe they're arguing about who's going to pay the check. Like, maybe I need to split it. I don't know. So I come over and I'm like, hey, is everything okay here? Like, there seems to be a problem. Or no, I said, is there a problem? This is where it got weird, because the second guy who didn't leave starts cussing me out. And he's like, no, everything's not okay. You're so rude. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss. He's saying like, just basically like going in on me. And I kind of like laughed for a moment because I didn't think he was serious. So I was like, oh wait, like what? Like what's going on here? And he said that I threw the machine at him and I've been rude all night and I've just been so disrespectful to them. And I was like, wait, is this like, I'm genuinely confused because we were like cracking jokes, laughing. They seemed like super nice. And I'm like, what on earth is going on here? And he just keeps going in and he starts calling me a bee, saying I'm a dusty bitch, like all this stuff, like going in on me. I like, obviously before it got to that point where he was calling me names, I went and I grabbed the manager and I was like, what? And I just think it's crazy because he was like so like a light switched. And like, I was like, I was not being rude to you guys. I'm sorry. Like, I literally asked if you wanted to split the check. I grabbed your box. Like, we were like, fine. And the girl chimes in. She's like, you were being rude all night. And I was like, are you guys okay? Because I am so confused right now. I looked at my bar back. I looked at the guests around. I was like, was I being rude? And like, everyone was like, no, like, so right. So, and they end up kicking him out. He paid the tab, whatever. They're kicking him out. He continued cussing at my manager on his way out. And as he was walking back, he's like cussing at my manager, like, meh, meh, meh. Homeboy gets hit by a car.
Just a gentle reminder for my brothers to govern yourselves accordingly out in these streets.